Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Two Gents Podcast. I really thought I had something going here. But anyway, welcome to Two Gents Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ron Spikes. Tonight look like I'm on here for a while by myself, but I don't mind it at all. We're talking about a very important subject matter tonight. I just want to get in here. Tyrone, I see you out there. Thank you, man, for coming in. I'm waiting on my other co-hosts to come in. And I just think it's a little bit different tonight. We're gonna have a show about Jasmine Crockett. I see one of my co-hosts out there. I'm just gonna add him to the stage. Pastor A.F. Riggins, how are you doing?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I can see you in your blue. I love that blue. Right? It's working, man.
Yeah, getting ready to just in case Bearing Glass
want to show up and strike out, huh?
Ron, man.
Huh?
Glad to be on tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on tonight because it's a very important subject. And the thing that gets me about this subject, Pastor, I'm tired. I'm upset, and I'm just gonna tell you the reason why. Because I'm tired of people telling me what this woman can't do. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh no, she can't win it in Texas." I'm just tired of that. So, Pastor, before I get into this, you know how I get sometimes. So before I really get into this, I want to let you introduce yourself. Go ahead and tell us what's going on in your life, and we'll go from there.
Oh, for all of you, glad to be on with Two Gents and the mic. I believe I'm supposed to be the mic sometimes. Anyway, Bishop A.F. Riggins with A.F. Riggins Ministries, and Ron and I and Barron been doing this since 2015. We're glad to be on. And all we try to do is just address political issues, community involved issues, and trying to inspire folk to go out and get involved. And right now, we're focusing on the midterm elections in November 2026. We got to get out there and vote to try to flip the situation that's going on down in Washington, D.C. Got to put our foot on the gas, as we say, mash the pedal and don't let up. What has happened is that by hook or crook, the Trump administration is trying to hold power. And so one of the ways they're trying to hold power is to make sure that Congress doesn't get flipped. So they try to go through each state that they can get their hands on and help try to get them to gerrymander districts, try to push out the Democratic, lessen the Democratic footholds in these states. And Texas was one of those. And so with that happening, Jasmine Crockett's district in the Dallas-Fort Worth area was cut out. So her response was to run for the Senate. And that's the great equalizer. Taught history since 1998 in the educational setting. And one of the great equalizers of the Constitution is the bicameral house. Bicameral meaning two houses. And at the time, the larger states had more representatives than the smaller states. So they came up with a compromise. And the compromise was each state would have two senators in the upper chamber, the Senate. And then in the lower chamber, the House of Representatives, states can have according to population, the representatives. Texas is one of the largest states. You have California, Texas, then New York, I believe, as far as representatives. And so, but that's on the House of Representatives side. But whether you Maine, Rhode Island, small states, Idaho, Iowa, or California, New York, or Texas, everybody gets two senators. And so that Senate race is a statewide race.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why if Jackman, just like Barack Obama, he kept trying to run in Illinois as for Congress, and Bobby Rush in his area kept beating him. It was name recognition, long time House of Representatives. Barack Obama has served as a state senator on the state level, but he couldn't break it to Congress on a national level. He then ran for one of the Senate seats in Illinois. And by winning that seat, within 6 years, he was able to go and run for president of the United States and win. Same thing happened with in California, when name escaping my mind right now. Boy, these 50s is doing something wrong to me, man. The young lady who just ran as vice president of the United States and just ran against Donald Trump.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris in California. She was Attorney General of California, ran as state senator, won, and then began running for president of the United States. Of course, she dropped out early, but Biden picked her and chose her as the vice president. And so that is a route that state senator race for that state, not state senator of the state, but running for the Senate of that state is a route to get down to Washington, D.C. that Jasmine Crockett is trying to get back into, because if she does not, she's then cut out of the whole political scene on a national level because Trump has erased her district. And that's why I think it's very important that she runs.
Yeah, I think it's an important issue too. I think that one of the things that we should look at is this, and I'm gonna really go in tonight, Pastor, because I got up kind of early. I want to make sure that I was on point on some of my subject matter, and a lot of people don't realize how much it takes to actually do a political show weekly, because you're looking at you consume so much media out there. And then you consume a lot of trash, a lot of garbage that's out there. If you see my head moving a little bit different tonight, it's because I had to reverse my camera to get this screen background on. Because if I would have left it the same, the words in the back would have came out in reverse. So let me just say a few things, because I want everybody to understand what we're dealing with here. You got a young lady that's did so much in such a short period of time in life. You got a young lady I really want to go to it. I want you to understand who she is. And Pastor, I found this on the internet while I was out there. I want to bring it up and just play it, because I think that it doesn't miss too much. And then I'm gonna go into my own commentary after that. I kind of chose this subject tonight, and I know Pastor Riggins, and he's from Texas, so he can help me out a lot. But I want y'all to listen to who Jasmine Crockett is, because we always try to educate and inform and let you go out and make your own decision. But just listen to this young man right here.
Missouri. Her father, a pastor and teacher. Her mother, a postal worker. Now, she attended a couple of Catholic schools, from Mary Institute and St. Louis Country Day, then Rosati Kane, an all-girls Catholic high school. In 2003, she graduated from Rhodes College in Memphis with a degree in business administration. Now, it was at college where she and some of her friends experienced racism firsthand. Some of her friends' cars were keyed. She received hate mail, and she saw how the lawyers showed up. That's when she made the decision to become a lawyer instead of a CPA. She started law school at Texas Southern's Thurgood Marshall School of Law, then transferred and graduated from the University of Houston's Law Center in 2006. While she could have went and worked for some big law firm, she decided to become a public defender in Bowie County, Texas, and built her own practice focusing on civil rights and criminal defense. And she often took pro bono cases. But then came politics. In 2020, she ran for the Texas House of Representatives, District 100. She won, and she took office January 2021. That same year, she and some of her fellow Democrats made national headlines when they left Texas, broke quorum to stop restrictive voting bills from passing. Little over a year after she was sworn in 2022, when the late and the great former Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson retired after serving for 3 decades in Congress, she decided to run for her seat. She won the primary, then she won the general election. By 2023, she was sworn into the United States House of Representatives, representing the 30th Congressional District of Texas. And with that swearing in, she made history as the first African-American graduate of the University of Houston Law Center to serve in Congress. A year after that, in 2024, she stepped onto the national stage again when she spoke at the Democratic National Convention. She also served as co-chair for the Harris-Walz campaign. Today, she serves on multiple committees in Congress. She's co-sponsored bills on voting rights, pushed back on police misconduct, and has been a huge advocate for reproductive justice. And who can forget about her famous sayings, beach blonde, bad built, butch body. But with all of that, she's not just holding a seat, she's using it. Her name, United States Representative Jasmine Crockett.
Pastor, I'm gonna bring us back to the stage, and I'm gonna let you make a comment on that because I don't, for the life of me, it sounds like we've been down this path before. So I'm gonna let you make a comment on the video I just shared.
Here's what's happening. One thing I noticed first jump out at me: Barack Obama, when he became a lawyer, he used his position as a lawyer, and that's how he met Michelle Obama. And in helping out as an advocate for people that was underserved in their communities, so he was doing like getting involved with civil rights, whereas Jasmine Crockett got involved in being a public defender. Now watch this. She's paid her dues. She's paid her dues, and she did it in several arenas. Catholic school, then going from Catholic school down into Memphis, whatever she went to school there, came back to Texas Southern, but then switched from Texas Southern over to University of Houston, which is right across the street, really. Both sides of the track. Now, if you notice what happened is this. When she started speaking out against Donald J. Trump, is when she generated a whole lot of what they want to call negativity, because she has the courage to do so. This is why she has the courage to do so. Number one, Democrat. Number two, a woman. Trump's main mission is to destroy Democrat and women. Number three is more inside of his mission, an African-American woman. His biggest thing is no DEI and all this kind of crazy stuff. Racism is at the top of his list. She embodies the antitheses. The word antithesis means the opposite of everything Trump is. Woman, man, African-American, Anglo-American, young, old, intelligent, not so intelligent. All about a business. And his thing is what? Giving you the business. A straight shooter, a flat out liar. And this is why. And so when Stephen A. Smith stepped onto the stage and started trying to attack her, because I think he just tried to get the limelight. And then he had to retract and apologize after being schooled by Roland Martin and Southern people. And I'm gonna get to him later on tonight too, on another subject. Jasmine Crockett. Now, to be honest, in Texas, with the economy, even though we seem to be protected by what we call the governor of Texas and the Republican legislation and all this, we still are hurting. Not as bad as other states. Economy, with the vile racism, with the political disruptions going on, John Cornyn can be taken by Jasmine Crockett if in El Paso, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston areas would vote en masse, we could bring down John Cornyn. She has a shot.
You know, Pastor, you're right. You're right. She has a shot. She has more than a shot. And here's where I want to go. Now, I send out texts every morning, and some of my texts I try to relate back to something. And one of the things that caught my attention was this. and it sunk in my mind. So as it sinks in my mind, Mary, I see you out there. I want to acknowledge everybody before I go into this, but I just need to let y'all know something. And you know the words when I start saying them. I know Pastor already know them probably in the first sentence. A boy is born in Hard Time, Mississippi, surrounded by four walls that ain't so pretty.
Living just for the city. Stevie Wonder.
Keeping strong, moving in the right direction, living just enough for the city. His father works some days for 14 hours, and you can bet he barely makes $1. His mother goes to scrub floors for many, and you best believe she hardly gets a penny. Living just enough for the city.
Hey man, go to the next verse about his sister.
Oh, I didn't go there for Pastor.
See, his sister, right? The next one, see, Jasmine Crockett would embody his sister.
Yeah, but here,
pull up the next verse about his sister. Pull it up while I'm talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up, Pastor. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to go somewhere with this.
Right. I know. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, as I try to look at Jasmine Crockett as a whole, that verse kind of told me something about her, where she came from. She didn't come from wealth. She didn't come from somebody that had a business going. This was a PK's kid. A PK's kid. Mm-hmm. And she had a normal mother and father. Her mother worked at the post office. And you know, I think about that, and as I think about that, I think about her having a seat at the table as a young person. Pastor mentioned the schools that she went to. See, she didn't go to normal schools like everybody else. Her parents got together and sacrificed for her to go to better schools than probably was in her environment. And this was in St. Louis, Missouri. They sacrificed. So at an early age, she was at a point where she was in that school and she had to do better than everybody else that was there. She had to be above where they was. So when you see her go out and you kind of figure out, you see her and she's talking and she's in dialogue with these people, she's been in it for a long time because her mother and father made that sacrifice for her to do those things, go to different schools and be exceptional. Too many times, we have to jump higher. We have to run further. We have to do everything better than everybody else. She's been doing it all her life based on what you're seeing because she didn't come from wealth. She had 2 black parents that looked just like me and Pastor Riggins. So her struggles were early on. It wasn't like she had one of the other color, one of this color, where sometimes you could go out in public, and Pastor heard me say this, and I'm going to say this about Barack Obama. Some of y'all ain't going to like me, but I'm going to say it anyway. See, when his mother traveled by herself, she could get certain benefits. Long as she didn't have that little tag along with her. She didn't have that little tag along. But see, Jasmine Crockett didn't have that. Her parents didn't have that opportunity. They both look like her. And I see your smile on your face, Pastor, but I know you want to come in. If you want to come in right there, that's fine. But I'm going to still keep going after you get through.
That's okay. No. She's a PK like I'm a PK.
Yeah, that's another thing. I know you
PK, and my children are PKs. So I know what it means to be a PK and then to have children that are PKs, which means that the pressure of living in a fishbowl. Mm-hmm. You know what a fishbowl is, huh?
I know exactly.
Everybody on the outside looking at you because your parents are in that leadership role in the community. And there's certain expectations of her that they had of her because she was a PK. All right.
Go ahead and read that next one. That's what you want.
Somebody put in there. His sister's black, but she's so pretty. She's showing up pretty to walk to schools. She's got to get up early. Her clothes are old, but never are they dirty. Living just enough for the city. See what I'm saying? That embodied. Now, you know what I like about that song too, though? This is where Jasmine Crockett sees the song. The song goes on. I love Stevie Wonder, one of my favorite artists.
I know.
I'm gonna plug some things. He has some audio books out on him that you can get on Audible about his life and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, here's the deal. In that song, the guy leaves Mississippi and said, I'm going to New York. Greyhound, yo, I'm going to New York.
Step off the bus.
Boy, steps off the bus. But the city was too much for him. The moment he steps off the bus, somebody's being chased with some drugs in their hand. Sirens are ringing. Somebody said, hey, young black, hey, brother, hold this for me. Hold this for you. Here's some money. Hold this for me. He said, what? He just takes it. First thing he do is take it in his hand. And next thing you know, cops right up on him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just picked it up. No, come here. And they use the N-word. Come here, nigga. Oh, I said the word. It's in the song.
Yeah.
It's in the song. Put him in jail for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because he stepped off into the wrong situation.
Absolutely.
Jasmine Crockett, bigger than that.
Yeah.
She came to the city.
She's worked hard to get what she's got.
She got to the city and she wasn't swallowed up. See that man when that song was swallowed up by the city.
Mm-hmm.
And she was not swallowed up by the city. She came to Houston, started on TSU. I took classes at TSU, and I used to be on Monday nights. When I would go there in 2002, I was finishing my teaching certificate.
Mm-hmm.
And Prairie View didn't have all the classes I need. They didn't have the African history classes. So they subbed me out to TSU. And those guys would come walking, with men and women come out there with Thurgood Marshall Law School, come out there, black robes, marching to the class. I said, man, I might want to be a lawyer. But she went from that to across the street to U of H.
Yeah.
And finished. See what I'm saying? The city didn't swallow up. And then she went over to Dallas and she got hooked up with Friendship West Baptist Church. The pastor there is very prominent, involved in politics, and that became a spark for her.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I digress.
No, you don't have to digress.
And for those of you who say, Pastor, use the N-word, I was quoting a song.
That's okay, Pastor.
Quoting a song. I don't call people that word.
Sometimes you
got to listen to that song.
Sometimes you just got to tell the truth. But here's the thing. She represents every American child, or every American girl that's out there, every daughter, every little girl that you see out there in every family, maybe a grandchild or something like that. She represents that person. Mm-hmm. She represents your child looking at you in the face saying, you know what? I think I can be president. I think I can be a congressman. I think I can be a senator. When she steps on that line and she puts herself out there and she says those things, she represents your children that you look at every day. We need to look at this person and say, you know what? I don't care if I don't live in the state. I don't care where you live. You can help this person represent who embody and show your little girls and show them what she did. See, too many times we allow people to present themselves to us. And then they present one image when they're making money. And then they present another image when they got to take care of some business. She doesn't do that. She comes out and she's on point. When she talks to these men that's in that room that think they're smarter than her, she allows them to have a conversation. When she addresses issues within that room, she has answers. She doesn't back down. And she can pronounce all the words. Our president can't even do that. Sometimes I'm tired of tongue. Go ahead, Pastor.
She studies. See, you got to be prepared. And this is the problem I have with Stephen A. Smith. He's never prepared. He's just a loud mouth. And she's prepared. She studies and prepares herself before she addresses any issue, any situation. When she sits on these committees, when she's in these hearings, she don't say something. She has something to say. A lot of people just saying something. When Jasmine Crockett speaks, she has something to say. I was blessed during the summer when they were running for when Kamala Harris announced her presidency, or right before she announced it, and we had a nationwide pastor's call to Bishop James Dixon.
Mm.
It was nationwide with over 1,000 pastors and bishops on there. And guess who showed up on there? Frederick Hayne III, her pastor, and Jasmine Crockett.
Mm-hmm.
Showed up on the line. And she was very articulate. She was on the point. She was organizing nationwide for us to be able to rise up against what we're facing today. And she hasn't stopped doing it yet. She is one of the reasons why the gerrymander happened in Texas. Because she's been put pressure on Donald Trump's administration ever since he got in there. And Al Green is the other reason, because Al Green keeps trying to present articles of impeachment. And then the third reason is Sheila Jackson Lee's seat is historical. And so to eliminate those three districts is what is as 3 of the 5 districts that was eliminated is what Donald Trump is attempting to do. And so this is why it's very important that we get behind her to run for Senate.
And Pastor, you came out, and I want to make a point here that I'm glad that you brought that up, because I know who your father and what he represents, because I spend a lot of time with you. I know what your brothers are and what they do on a consistent basis out there. They're ministers in behind the pulpit. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's certain people that represent everything that we want our kids to be. It's certain people that put extra. Pastor talked about the fishbowl, but Pastor forgot to tell you about that person that's on the outside of the fishbowl, that's looking into that fishbowl, that's magnifying everything that they do as preachers' kids in life. Jasmine Crockett also represents that, not as a preacher's child, but she chose to lead people. She chose to stand up and say, I want to make a difference in this world. So she's got that magnifying glass that Pastor Riggins was talking about on her at all times. And we take it for granted. But just think, if you walk outside your door and everything that you do, if you just taking the trash to the curb, and maybe you hear a good song come on the radio or something like that, they run back and they tell your father's a preacher. So they think that you're not human. Kids are kids. But when you grow up and you still magnify what your parents stood for, you still go out of your way to be somebody. Because think about what she goes through on a daily basis. Everything she says is scrutinized. They never give her a chance. They don't look at her credentials. They don't care. Because half them people sitting in the room don't have none of the credentials that she does. So, Pastor, I got my list. Every time I look down, I'm gonna let you talk. Well, I'm reading my next thing, because I just got crazy this morning. So I just want to tell you.
I'm going, Ron. I'm listening.
She represents, Byron Glass says this all the time. I'm sorry that he's not on tonight. I apologize. Byron probably is working. And Jeff, let me say it. Didn't I just say something, Pastor? Didn't I just say something? I just want to be sure I just said it. I mentioned this name one time. And guess who came to the stage?
Yes, sir.
What's up, gents?
How you doing, sir? You're a gent. I'm Mr. Mike.
Working, man. I'm trying to troubleshoot 1,000 different things, man. But I'm here as long as I can be.
Yes,
We're
sir.
glad to have you, Byron. I'm glad I brought you to the stage. I'm gonna see if I got it, because I want to bring it up right now. And since you posted it, I think go ahead, Pastor. Engage with Byron for a minute, because I want to.
What we're talking about tonight is a very sensitive subject, and I know that you have your thoughts about it. I know you have your thoughts about it, but it's almost like she's been put in a predicament to have to run because of the fact they eliminated her seat. And for her to try to take the courage of doing it is what we're looking at tonight. Elaborate for us, Barry.
And wait, Pastor. I'm gonna hold him up on that, because I want to set this up. And I know it's okay to post it, because I've seen it out there on social media. And let me tell you what Jasmine Crockett embodies. She embodies a daughter in each one of our households that we have opportunity to love and to care on. And we do certain things. We plant certain tickets for our kids to get ahead. And before I give this to Byron, I want to set this up like this. I saw this. and I couldn't get it out of my head. I couldn't get it out of my head. I really couldn't. I tried everything that I could to get it out of my head. This is a father. This is a father. He loves his daughter just like Jasmine Crockett's parents love her. I saw this picture, and it was early this morning, Byron. And I looked at it, and I said, man, this is what I want to talk about. How we encourage our kids to move forward, how we're proud parents. And just imagine Jasmine Crockett's parents out there having that same feeling, that emotional connection to their kid that struggle, that they put them through school. They made it hard. It was uphill battle for her to make it. And I saw that, Byron, and it was at the top of my Instagram page. And I looked at it. I said, I hope Byron on tonight, because I want him to know how much that picture touched me.
Hey, Ron, both of my daughters graduated in the same weekend and the same day, one in Texas and the other here in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And hey, all that credit goes to the good Lord. But look, Riggins, you'll be able to catch this. Not that Ron won't, but you'll know more so. There are some people who say that they've been called to preach. But there are sometimes you may be called, but it's not in the pulpit. There are sometimes that you may be called, but you rush to call. What I'm saying is that sometimes it's the right time, but the timing is wrong, or the timing is wrong, but the right time is not. I'm not saying that she's not capable, qualified, whatever the case may be. What I am saying is, I think the good that's in her will be damaged and or destroyed because they are going to do whatever it is within their power to make sure that happens. That's all I'm saying.
And I don't.
Let me ask you a question, Baron.
But if she running, and if there was something that I could do, I would do it. Or if I could vote for her, I would vote for her. But I'm also accepting the fact of what the reality looks like rather than a perception. But Riggins, let me hear you.
I'm gonna ask you, Baron. So let's say I take it.
Can't hear Riggins.
My understanding is that you're saying that you can't hear me. Can you hear me, Ron?
I can hear you loud and clear.
I can't hear you.
Baron can hear me.
I don't. He's not on mute.
Can you hear me now, Baron?
I can't hear him, Byron, because I'm gonna do what we always do. Hey, Sean, Big T, Mary, if you're out there and you can hear him, please make a comment. Can you hear Pastor Riggins clearly?
Can you hear me? Baron, can you hear me now? Baron froze. I think it might be his internet.
Yeah, it might be his internet connection. He might have to call back in. BG, I'm adding him back to the stage.
Can you hear me now, Baron? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, Baron, here's the situation. My understanding is that you're saying that she has a lot to offer, but the timing is wrong right now. What would you suggest? If you had the power to suggest to her, what would you suggest? When should she run? That's what I'm sincere in my deal. Is like, because right now, the pressure they took her seat away. This is like like you said, if we don't do nothing in 2026, we don't have our country is gone. So it's like she's doing like do or die to me. It's like, okay, I'm gonna put it all out there, and if we go down, I'm going down with the ship. I'm gonna go down with the Titanic. Or we gonna
let me ask you a question, Riggins.
Yes, sir.
If you standing on one side of the river and you got 10 sharks in the water, and you ask me when should you decide to go across, I would definitely tell you not to go when 10 is up. But if you get 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, that has to be determined by her. What I'm saying is this, and I don't have no problem saying she's going to get destroyed. They're going to do everything they can do to make sure that happens, and she doesn't have enough war chest. And remember, what y'all forgetting about is she's disliked based from her own party, from the insiders. So she don't have a base like Obama had. She don't have a base like Kamala Harris had, or some of these other ones. It's one thing to want to be, but it's another thing to be, and she's not at that point to be what she want to be at. That's what I'm saying.
Baron, I have to disagree with you on a little bit of this, because I want to say this, and I want to be careful when I say this, because most people are still looking for Michelle Obama to come back in, and they want to beg Michelle Obama to come in. She says she's not doing it.
What?
But this is as close to Michelle Obama that I've seen in this race. She speaks her mind. She says she goes where she wants to go. She does her research. She doesn't never leave herself out there hanging. I just think that she has the possibility to go far. And Baron, I said this before you got on. I don't see where she can't accomplish it if we don't get behind her. If we get behind her, she has the ability to move past where she's at right now. I know it's alligators in the water. I know the demons are gonna be biting at her feet, but it ain't never been easy for Black people. Never.
But it's been a chance, Ron. Again, you asking this girl to do something that has not been done there. It's since when? Reconstruction? She can't win, man. It's no if and we make one or two, but the reality is she can't win. And the reason why she can't win, because Negroes that look like you and I ain't gonna go and vote for her.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that too. We're gonna get to that too. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Baron, go ahead.
You seeing more people who are ever voting for a Republican president for this man that's out there now, and you think all that's done changed? Again, the people that's in her party don't like her.
Hey, look what Mary C says. Run now, but win or lose, prepare to get involved in the politically, stay involved. She has more longevity than Trump and the Republican Party. Mary said, let her run now, and even though she loses, she's still going to outlast Trump and the Republican Party to come back again for another day. What about that argument, Baron?
Sir?
What about what Mary just said? She said, even if she runs now, win or lose, then in the long run, she's going to outlast the Republican Party and Trump, and she can win another day.
I think it's being missed. I'm applauding her for running. I have no issue with that, but I'm not setting myself up knowing what the end result would be. If she win, it'll be celebrated. If she lose, it's something that's already expected. But at the end of the day, you got to get out. Here's what I'm saying, Brigham. If a year ago you couldn't get enough Black people to go out and vote for a president, how you gonna get that same thing to happen a year later when it's even worse now? And because you got a party that don't have a message. We remember, these are things we've talked about. So now all of a sudden it's unchanged because Jasmine Crockett decided she's gonna run. She's not the face of the Democratic Party, number one.
My thing.
Now, one thing I said to Ron was, though, if what Trump is doing, if the economy is so bad, because even Republican voters who are affordability, they can't buy stuff. The inflation is rising. They have a lot of chaos going on in their communities. So maybe Trump is making it so bad that the independents and some moderate Republicans are swinging back towards supporting anything but Trump. This might help, is what I'm saying. This might be what we need. No, the conditions might be right for the win. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and remember, I hope that it's understood. I'm for her running.
I know.
I want her to run. I want us to do everything that we can. But on this other side, I know the things that have happened. There's been nothing to change those things. It hadn't gotten better for us since November last year, Rick, Ron. It hadn't gotten better. It has gotten worse. So what I'm saying is, in order to get to the top, you got to push those at the bottom, right? The party has not even done with it. Watch and see how the party, the party dysfunction. Because remember, Nancy Pelosi probably don't like her. Steny Hoyer probably don't like her. James Clyburn probably want to stay away from, but he ain't gonna do it because he's got to be. Hakeem Jeffries probably ain't gonna want to do it, but he got to do it because he's the face of the party. I'm telling you, man. Hey,
let me tell you something. I hear you saying this, and this is what this is why I became an independent, I believe, in 2008.
Right.
The Democratic Party is represented by the wrong group of Democrats. Upper New York people, King Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, in these safe Democratic areas, upper San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi, Steny Harder. So these people are like upper class, like Democrats, thinking they're better than everybody, and the people that really hurting in the middle and down at the bottom is what I hear you saying. We can't get a foothold. And Jasmine Crockett represents the bottom and the middle.
Right.
So we got to try to get some people from the bottom and the middle to get because the upper class people not gonna really they can't swing the votes for.
Riggins.
I'm still saying for the run. I want to run with all.
Riggins. But what you saying is what they got to move over first. They got to give room for the other people to come in, like her, like AOC, like
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, like Bernie Sanders. Like what's the guy name?
Oman, the lady in Oman,
Ilhan Omar. Yeah. What's the guy's name? From the Democratic Party. He and Dick Cheney's daughter. They were the two vocalists. One. They was on the committee. What's his name? From Illinois. What's his name? Riggin, the representative. Adam Kinzinger.
Adam Kinzinger. Yeah.
Yeah. See, you see how they were moved out.
Yeah. The Republicans. Yes.
But and you know what, Riggins? The Dems are worse than the Republicans when it comes to that.
You know, I listen to y'all, and both of y'all make valid points about the Democratic Party. It's going to be hard to win, but here's that thing of hope that I see out there for Jasmine Crockett. We always let the Democratic Party tell us who to vote for. Sometimes we just got to stand up and choose the person that we want to be in that office, and we got to give her the tools to do it with. I think that's the problem, is that we want the Democratic Party to lead itself, but we can see that there's no leadership in the Democratic Party. We're expecting too much from people that's got elected into positions. They already showed us that they're not going to respond to us. And I'm tired of people that's just saying, I'm this way. They don't like people like Jasmine Crockett. You know why? Because she don't step and fetch. But they trust me, the National Committee is not going to throw no money behind her. I already know that. So here's what we got to do. We got to take every social media platform. I don't care if you got 2 people, 20 people, or 30 people following you. If you want to get her elected and you think that she's the next person that should be up there, we need to do just like them. Create our own platforms and go out there and sell her as the midterm option. But if we're gonna tear ourselves down, just like Pastor Regan said earlier, Stephen A. Smith, and he said something about Roland Martin. I'm sure you're gonna say something before we get off the air. But you can't have those major platforms out there tearing each other down and then try to sell Jasmine Crockett. They need to unite, because you got people out there following that as I say, Jasmine Crockett's father was a preacher. Jasmine Crockett's mother worked for the post office. These are the everyday normal people, the people that we have in our audience out here, Tyrone, Mary, Dee, and everybody else that participate in this format that we do on every Tuesday night. That's the people that's voting. Her message has to be to those people, and it has to stick on the point of affordability in healthcare. If she can deliver that message to anybody in the state of Texas, she can go, because it ain't the whole nation that's got to elect Jasmine Crockett. It's here in Texas. Her message has to be on point, and she has to be consistent with her message. Come on, Pastor.
Let me tell you what the coalition need to be. In Texas, Beto O'Rourke. If you can get Beto O'Rourke to push for her in Texas, if he really worked his salt, he should push for her. Outside of Texas, Roland Martin, Don Lemon, Rachel Maddow, what's her name that got pushed off to 6 o'clock? deal.
Joy Reid.
Joy
Yeah,
Reid.
yeah. Joy Reid. The people that now take the 6 o'clock hour, the guy that used to be a Republican, but now he's along with the 2 other people that used to be on Saturday mornings. Now they're on every day on MS now.
Oh, Michael Steele.
Michael's still on. If they get that coalition behind her and say, listen, she embodies what the Democratic Party needs to be in Texas to show the rest of the nation this is how we're going to rise up against Trump, because she's not out on a limb like Omar. He can't make her say she's Somalian. She's not way out there, where he could say like she's crazy. All she is all about against Trump, against Trump, against Trump. And that's why we need people like that to get behind her. I see Dr. Shirley McKell out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide the comments so I can keep everybody on stage. Dr. Shirley McKell, I know you're busy tonight, and I asked you to
Oh
come
my
on.
goodness, yes. Hi, gentlemen. How are you all?
Fine.
Good. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
We were into some. Can I say a couple of words?
of course.
Yes.
Okay. We were into a serious discussion. I actually should have sent some material to you, gentlemen, to show you how your sister has been excluded from being a part of a candidates forum that was put on by the Republican Party that invited the 3 Republican gentlemen that are running against me in a nonpartisan race. And they have the humiliated gall to put it on Facebook. It was on the radio. It was on the newspaper, in front page of the newspaper. It was on the television stations. And one of my dear friends who is in my meeting right now in my huddle is a Republican. And he said to me, "Where were you last night?" And that was actually Thursday night. And he said, "It was so boring without you. Those guys were saying the same old thing that we always hear." And I said, "What do you mean? Where was I? I was at home." And he said, "Well, you should have been at the forum." I said, "What forum? I know nothing about a forum." "You're right. I should have been there, but no one told me." And so I reached out to the city manager and say, "I'm going to have a press conference." I said, "I'm heading to Houston, Texas." And by the way, Chief, I'm sorry I was so busy over the weekend in Houston, didn't get a chance to holler at you. But at any rate, I said to him, "I'm going to have a press conference. I'm going to have it in front of City Hall because there was a forum that was put together by the Republican Party, which is fine, but the only problem was they did not tell me and invite me. So I'm going to have that, and I'm going to have it on Monday when I return back to Tyler." And so yesterday I had it, and people were all over the place behind me, standing with me, beside me. And I got the media out there and educated them that local government in the city of Tyler, Texas is nonpartisan, and you cannot have a forum without inviting everybody to it. So that's what, and then after that, today we had our City of Tyler Steering Committee meeting, for which I am a member of that. And I've had so many phone calls saying, "We're going to have this forum at this particular time, and we want to make sure that you know way ahead of time so you can put it on your calendar because we want to make sure you're there." So everybody's calling me to make sure that I'm a part. So that's what been happening to me here in Tyler, Texas in the last
I think that what you just said is the same thing that Byron
few
just
days. And it's me on yes, right. And so they had signs everywhere, and they had racism signs and sexism signs and all kinds of signs says, "We won't stand for this in Tyler, Texas. This is the 21st century and not the first century." So there it is. That's what's going on.
I'm sorry to
So,
hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Shirley McKellar, and I know that you're running for the mayor's office in Texas. But I want to let Byron come in and make a comment on that because he just said that the same thing about Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah,
You know,
and Ron, it's sad that everything that our parents experienced, they're trying to make us experience the same thing. It's no way
all
in
over.
West Hale that a qualified candidate should be excluded from any form. But the good side of that is she's probably excluded because they cannot handle what would have been there. She's probably excluded because they don't want to see the overqualification. She's probably
Yes,
excluded
sir.
because she's what America has always been afraid of, which is a strong black individual. In this case, a strong black female. It's mathematically impossible that the people in Tyler, those who, even if they don't want to vote for her, they should fight for her to have the same right that everybody else had to be there, to be present, and to be able to give her a form so everybody can make a conscious decision as to whether they want Dr.
That's it.
Shirley McKellar or whether they don't. Those other three individuals don't have any right to take that option away from them. So, Dr. McKellar, what I'm going to tell you is what I tell my daughters.
Okay.
I would never tell any female that they can't be whatever it is that they want to be. Okay, so what I'm gonna say is keep toiling, keep
Yes, sir.
pushing, keep fighting. Like Mama always said, if you got a tongue in the mouth, use it just like they do.
That's exactly right. Thank you, my brother, and I totally agree with you. And let me just tell you, I was so delighted that it took place because it is just working in my favor. So because I have all of the media all by myself on yesterday, putting that message out there. And then on the 6 o'clock news and on the 10 o'clock news, it was out there. And then again this morning on the 6 o'clock news. And then again this afternoon on the 6 o'clock news. Oh, 6 o'clock and then 6 p.m. So I've got all of this press and all this media because of it. And they've got none of that. So but God, look how he works. So when you try to pull one of his people down, he has a way of picking them back up and lifting them up. So, and then then they had to sit in a meeting today with me, and I was selected as the one to present the land use and development of the city of Tyler for the next 50 years. Because I sat at the table with all these gentlemen, I was the only female there, and they say, look, Dr. McKellar, you are the one that needs, you know this stuff backwards and forward. You served on city council six years. You stand up and present. And so I got a chance to stand up and present while those two guys that's running against me, that's still on council, had to watch me present, and I put my best foot forward.
Dr. McKellar, Pastor Riggins, did you want to say something? Because I want to address that issue that she just got through talking about.
Yes, sir.
No, all I'm saying is that, as Baron said, what I like about it is that she didn't let the situation deter her. But more so, what I love about it is, like she said, it now put the media spotlight on her that she was excluded. And so by the media now continue to rehearse that and show everybody, it gave her a lot of free time to be exposed to the actual voters.
Correct.
So that I love that happened that way. So what
Lots of publicity.
what they meant for evil, come on.
There you go. God made it for good.
Meant for evil, God turned it for their good, for her good.
That's it.
You know, one of the things, and Dr. McKellar, I want to add this. You know, we always have to run faster and jump higher.
Yes, sir.
We always have to run faster and jump higher. We've been talking it all our life. It ain't nothing that we just learning. It's something that we experience all our life. So, Dr. McKellar, don't ever, just like we're talking about Jasmine Crockett, don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't do, because I've seen your example of who you are. And I'm sure your father had this conversation with you. You can be whoever you want to be, whenever you want to be,
Sure did.
at any time. And he never held you back. That's the conversations that we give to our kids. That's the conversations that we encourage our family members with. If you want to be it, do it. Whatever you want to do, just be the best at it.
That's it. That's it.
So I know that conversation happened in Tyler, Texas. I know it did because it happened in every family across America. So I just want to say you embody that example of what we try to tell people to be and do.
Right.
You are an embodiment of that. So, Dr. McKellar, keep fighting. Don't let them get you down. No matter
Yes, sir.
how they go out, you continue to go. You surround yourself with people that's in your corner. But here's another thing I want you to do, Dr. McKellar. I want everybody that's out there, I want you to get them involved in your campaign.
Oh, yes.
I want you to get them involved in your campaign. They don't have to have a media platform like we got. They can make a commercial on their telephone and run it on Facebook. They can make a commercial on their telephone and run it on Twitter or whatever else, what other platforms are out there, and say, I support Dr. McKellar. I do not like how you did her. And that's the same thing that we need to do for Jasmine Crockett in Congress. Stop expecting mainstream media to pick up our message and put our people in place. Because they're not going to do it. They demonstrated. I guess you have to have about 34 convictions and what else, Pastor? Before they pay
elections, stealing elections, a pedophile. Let me stop.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what mainstream media wants to cover. They don't want to cover a person that's worked all their life, struggled, went in the military, became an officer, did everything, was a nurse in the hospital. And advance through the ranks the normal way. They want somebody that had a little time to mess over people, somebody that had a little time to take people out, or somebody that had a little time where they didn't pay their bills. I guarantee if Dr. McKellar was any of those things, they would be using it against her right now.
Absolutely. Well, let me share this with you, gentlemen, that we just finished discussing what I wanted to do, and that's a listening tour. And I'm going to tour all over Tyler beginning in January. Twice a month, I'm going to tour into various parts of the city. I've already talked to some churches to host the listening tour, inviting the people from the community to come. And I just want to listen to them and hear what they'd like to see happen in their community. And then at the end of that, I want to have a candidates forum that I'm putting on the forum. And I want to do that in April. I believe, April, and to invite, and even during my listening tour, I want to invite those three guys that are running against me, because I'm open. I'm not afraid of nothing they can do and or say, because I already know I'm the best candidate for them. I'm the most qualified and the most prepared. My boots been on the ground far longer than any of the three of them. So that's what I'm planning, is a listening tour right now.
You know, that sounds great, but I'm gonna add to what I just got through saying, Dr. McKellar. You know, they get out there and they want to do these fan dances, they want to go to these trail rides, they want to go to everything else in the world. But in the end, if you don't get the right people in office to represent you, if you don't get the right person in office to represent you, when you have something happen at that trail ride, when you have something happen at that dance or that concert that you putting on, that you just enjoying yourself so much.
Okay.
But when you get your butt in a jam, those same people looking at you, they don't give you the opportunity to become a 34 indictment. What said, Pastor, I have to get you to say it because you say it best. They don't get you to become
34 convicted felonies. He convicted 34 felonies.
Thank you. They're gonna convict you on whatever they put on paper that night. They're gonna convict you and they're gonna take you out. But you know what? You can reverse that. Maybe somebody that look like you is in the mayor's office or is running for Senate, where you can reach out to and you can say, hey, they kind of got me. Right. But if you don't, I'm gonna say this now that Byron sit down, but he got up. I was gonna say it in him sitting down. If you don't have a seat at the table,
all right.
If you don't have a seat at the table, don't complain.
All right.
If you don't have a seat at the table,
Ron, let me add a little bit to that.
Go ahead.
You can have a seat at the table. That ain't no good if you don't have a voice while you're sitting at the table.
Well, okay. All right. Use that voice, right? I hear you, my brother.
And that's what's wrong with Jasmine Crockett. They don't like the fact that she uses her voice.
Yeah.
You see, you got two black women, and we got one of them on the air right now, Dr. Shirley McKellar, running for the mayor of Tyler, Texas. And it all ties back. So Dr. McKellar,
Yes, sir.
I don't like the way they treated you.
Right.
I wish that I had the ability to give you the media source, the source that you need to get your campaign out there. But I will tell you this: when you get up on that stage, say, I need for each and every one of y'all to create a commercial on your small platforms that you do have, going to your social media, whatever you got. I want you to put Pookie. I want you to put Mika. I want you to put all of them into the table. And let them know that they're getting ready for a vote. If you got a child that's going to be ready for the vote when it comes, get them, educate them on what's going on, so we can take the seat at the table, not just occupy a seat. As Byron said, so we can take a seat at the table. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Yep,
That's it. Say
it. I like that. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Absolutely.
Are you cooking the menu?
And there you go.
Are you serving? Are you serving the table?
Yeah, there you go.
Are you serving the table?
There you go.
So if we're going to encourage our kids to do anything, we want them to look like Dr. McKellar. We want them to approach everything like Dr. McKellar. We want our young girls to see black women in place. And I don't know what the problem is with some people out there, but they don't want to see women in control. And I'm going to say this. I know I'm going to step on some toes. We need to change. We didn't see what men can do for years. We need to change. And we need to get behind somebody that can make a decision and stick by it. They allowed us to raise their kids.
There you go.
They allowed us to raise their
and not only that, Chief, they allowed us to nurse their children.
Take the words out.
Nurse their children, right? We nursed our children and their children too. Our ancestors did that. Our grandmothers and great grandmothers actually literally nursed their children.
Say it out loud. Say it out loud.
Think about that though. We were good enough to drink our milk.
Yes.
Drink our women's milk.
From our bodies. From our bodies.
But we could not drink the water out their water fountains.
Now come on.
Don't let me down. If you had to drink from the colored water fountain, but your baby had to drink the milk from the colored woman, come on.
Yes.
Think about it.
That's it.
You know, we've had a seat at the table. We just never had a voice. Yeah. Because many, Mary, I see you out there. I want to say amen, because what was just said should go in somebody's mind and stay there in between those 2 years and occupy some space. You can suckling a black woman, but you can't drink. But a black woman can't drink at your water faucet.
That's amazing.
Just think
about it. Gentlemen, keep talking. I'm going to jump out and grab the food for my staff, and I'm going to jump right back in the car.
Be careful. I'm glad you came on. We appreciate you. You take care.
Thank you so
much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. My pleasure. Love both of you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
You know, Dr. McKellar made some good points, and you made an excellent point there, Pastor Riggins. I want you to elaborate, because I know you want to elaborate just a little bit, because
she was about, before she was gonna say it, I was about to say it. She said we help raise their children, and I was about to say they actually had us raising the babies, and the baby was drinking the milk from the mothers, and she said it before I said it. And while she was saying it, the next thought came into my mind that during those times you got to go to the back door of the restaurants. You couldn't sit in at the lunch counters. You had to drink from separate water fountains. And there you were drinking from the colored only water fountain, but you walked down to the house where you was cleaning the baby house and nursing that baby, and that baby was drinking the milk from you. Yeah, like is that Sean?
I think that's Sean.
They want them to know their place, right? They wanted to know their place. Their place was not to be at the table to talk. The place was to be at the table, wait at the table, and take the baby from the table and nurse the baby. But the milk was coming from somebody drinking from the colored water fountain. And but their babies would be better than our babies.
Yeah. They're supposed to be
better. Our babies were drinking the same milk. It wasn't Similac. Come on, it wasn't Infamil. It was from the same African American woman. Come on.
Yeah, you're right, Pastor. And that's the thing that we need to understand and as a people.
But if the same baby rolls up,
Mhm.
if the same African American woman baby rose up and winked at that baby, the Anglo American girl that was taking the milk from that woman, if that woman's child rose up and winked at her, they wanted to hang him.
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till.
So go back and do your history. We ain't gonna go into that, but go back and do your history on Emmett Till.
Yes, sir.
And I don't even think he did it. I just think that they set that scenario up in which it happened. So
yeah, no, yes.
But what they did to him is no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
What they did to him is no excuse. I want to jump a little bit different because we need to kind of get into something that's a little bit. This is no, not that. See,
Baron Glass and his daughter.
Yeah, that's Baron Glass and his daughter. But this is what I want to show y'all something. Now I want to share it when we're on the stage because I want to ask some questions. This is the guy that is running against Jasmine Crockett in the election. She's on the Democratic side. He's on the Democratic side.
The primary. This is primary.
Primary. I'm sorry. But he represents a Democrat, and that's the person that she's running against. And it's very important that you get to know who this guy is. I want you to look at him very carefully because they say something about us. We all look alike. Look at that picture. Remember that picture because I'm about to change it. Is there any similarities to what you just seen up on the stage? Let me just take it a step further so you can see the person that she's running against. I want to go here. You notice something about his crowds that's out there? Mm-hmm. As my mama used to say, you see one speck in the buttermilk? He made sure that they got that one speck in the buttermilk. Mm-hmm. Who else does that? Real good on stage.
Trump.
Donald Trump. He always has somebody in the corner on the upper bleachers or somewhere. It's going to be one of us there. He managing to run the same race that Donald Trump is running. And he's speaking the same way as this guy. That's a person that's running against.
He also has a side profile of a Kennedy.
Yeah.
Like Jack Kennedy, like one of the Kennedys.
They set you up.
Images are very important in politics. You know that.
Yeah. They recreate their image and see when they recreate their images, we're supposed to accept it. When they sell us on what's out there, we got to accept it. Baron's back on the stage, but this is her number. This is who she's running against. And
now, if she wins the primary, she's running against John Cornyn.
Absolutely.
Or Ken Paxton. And Ken Paxton is a straight up criminal. Ken Paxton is a straight up criminal and Attorney General for Texas. Straight up criminal.
I did have that. Let me show you something.
Criminal. He is.
Look at this chart. Vote intentional among likely voters in the March 26 Texas Senate Democratic primary. Black women, Jasmine Crockett supported 92%. Black men, 84%. I want you to listen, just kind of look at these next numbers. Latino women, 49 to 41. White women, 45 to 46. Latino men, 33, 6-1. White men, 32. I don't expect any different than what you see up here, 32 to 62. Wait, Pastor. Let me just finish this off because I want to say this. This is very important. When they have a problem, they want us to come out and run. When they have a problem, Latino men or Latino women, they want us to come out and support them, whatever they're doing. They call us out before they call out anybody else. But what does this chart show you?
But let me say something. The fact that the Anglo-American women is so close, and Latino women so close, and she's African-American woman. That's great, because you would think that the Anglo-American women vote would be like those Anglo-American men way out there. That's great. So for her to be that close, 45 to 46, 49 to 41, that's pretty good. Now here's the problem. Hispanic men do not believe in any woman having any leadership role anywhere in their communities. Even Hispanic boys, young teenagers, will dominate their mama if you let them. I've seen it with my own eyes. Mm-hmm. So that big number of Hispanic men and Anglo-American men not supporting her is that's par for the course. What we want to do is keep her at or increase more with the Anglo-American women, which we just 49 to 41 ain't bad. And Hispanic women, right there, flip it just a little bit more, would become more like 50 to 46 or 50 to 48 back that way. And then the African-American men push it up to like 92. She got have a chance if this, because we already know what's going to happen with the Hispanic men and Hispanic. But do Hispanic men go out and vote? Not large numbers. Their women will vote more than their men will. Now the Anglo-American men they will go out there and vote. So we need.
Riggins, this is just a question.
It's not bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is just a question. So after all of the facts relative to Hillary Clinton running, Kamala Harris running, y'all actually believe this chart that you're looking at?
Here's what I say. Every chart is based on who puts it together, and I think we had David Moss on that kind of explained that. It depends on the data that's put into that chart. But here's I want while I do that, Pastor, I'm gonna change this, and I want to go through some more charts, and then I'm gonna show y'all where this who did this chart, and I think it's gonna point back to what Byron is saying. So if any of y'all, I'm gonna just change it. TSU did this poll, and I didn't see where it came from, but I know where I got the information from. And the Texas Senate primary crosstabs, the women 57%, and y'all can go through and dialogue about that. I want to go back and show you where I got this poll from. I'm gonna make sure I do that before we get out of here. Anything else that stands out to either one of y'all on that?
Look here, once again, and women are getting more and more involved in politics, especially because the way Trump is treating women. Mm-hmm. Especially because also the whole deal with the Republican Party taking away their rights, women's rights. Do I believe in killing a baby? No. But I believe a woman should have a right to make that choice. And they've taken that away. And in Texas, a woman could be stuck there with the baby about to kill her. Where the doctor said, we need to take this baby or the mama gonna die, and the governor almost let that mama die. Put that back up, please.
I'll put it back up.
So when you see women 57-36 Crockett, that's probably right. Men 52-42. Is that all men? Because you got, then white. That's all black. Is it men and women all white? Latino going for him. But look at the black. 89-8. 18-34. Going for the young man, the other man. 35-44. Going for the other man. 55-59. Going to Crockett. 55 plus going to Crockett. 4-year degree. Badly for Crockett. No 4-year degree. Come on. It's for Crockett. So it's a mixed bag. And like I say, it depends on who they talk to and who did the survey. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this, Baron. She has a fighting chance. She has a fighting chance. That's all we want is a fighting chance. She don't have a fair chance, but she has a fighting chance. And look what Mary says. The ICE agents running around, snatching up people. They're snatching up citizens and non-citizens. That's got a big impact in Texas right now.
Yeah. I want to go to this next chart before we get out of here because I know we're coming up on time. But you know, Jasmine Crockett is probably leading the field right now. But there's a long time between now and the time that the actual vote takes place.
When does it take place, the primary?
I saw it. It was up on that last chart that I had up. I think it's March, and I think the vote is in March, past the 26th. If I'm right, I'm gonna go back and verify that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that one.
But go back to this last chart. I want to see some at the bottom.
Right here?
No, that last chart.
This one?
No, the last one. Look at the bottom. General election matchup. Baron, what'd you say? John Cornyn leads a 49 to 41. That's where, if he's been there so long, he should be sweeping her under the rug. He should be beating her 56 to something. The fact that she only has an 8-point lead right now, and she not even went out there and started campaigning and making herself known statewide, going to all the small barbecues and all the little quinceañeras and little parties and stuff. She got a fighting chance, Baron.
Riggins. They said the same thing about Hillary Clinton. They said the same thing about Kamala Harris. Man, what I'm trying to get you to understand is the fighting chance and all that stuff is good. I'm all for that. But the reality is what I'm talking about. I don't see Texas. Even if it was the last straw that broke the camel's back, those folk are not going to go against John Cornyn and what this man in office wants unless we get out and vote like we have never voted before. Other than that, it's not favorable, in my opinion.
But what you're saying, I agree with, but that's why we're doing this show. We're trying to get people to go out and vote. Remember that time we did that show about the people voting in Louisiana? We brought people up there, and what happened? Don't we feel like we impacted people and we won some stuff in Louisiana?
Those were amendments.
Yes, sir. Well, same thing. The same principle.
Riggins, again, we all are on the same page that we want her to do it. We're hoping that she do it. All I'm saying is that my hopes is not just on this, because there's all of this over here that give me the reason, the room for doubt. Not because we're not capable of doing it, it's because we have not done it as of yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I look at these charts, and you just say something that makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to take these charts down for right now, because when I say this, I want us to see each other. You know, we keep mentioning Black women. We keep mentioning women in general. We need to give our women a chance to lead. We need to give our women a chance to lead. And some people may call me soft on this, but we done messed it up so bad that we ended up with Donald J. Trump in office. We done messed it up so bad that we got down to the bottom of the barrel. We're at the bottom of the barrel right now. The person that's present in office right now is the bottom of the barrel. Why not give somebody else a chance? Why not, at this point in time, give somebody else a chance? Like Dr. Shirley McKellar, Jasmine Crockett. It's other races that's out there that's being won by Democrats all over the United States right now as we speak. But it's early in the cycle. It's early in the cycle. When it counts, as Byron said, we need to show up. When it counts, we need to show up. Because, as he also says, if we don't do anything at the midterm elections, it's out. It's over. It's gone. Yeah. We don't have a voice after then. We might as well just get all these little social platforms and social stations and all the rest of that I don't have the energy if you can't get out and vote.
Mhm.
I'll be in the same position as Byron. If you can't get out and vote, I don't have the energy. I don't. Go ahead, Pastor.
Rob Reiner died, and look what Trump said and did. And then backed it up in person on TV when they interviewed him about it and said, why did you do it? He said, because the man is no good. He's Trump derangement syndrome. That's why he died. This guy is demonic. And I don't use that word lightly. If somebody in your neighborhood that you knew that did not like you or didn't like the way you did things, and somebody in their family killed them, would you say that person in their family killed them because that person did not like you? If I was the mayor of Houston, and there was a person out there that was involved in filmmaking or entertainment in Houston who didn't like my politics, was always going out against me, and then his family member murdered him, and I get up there and say, hey, so-and-so got murdered. You know what I'm supposed to say? I feel for the family. I have sympathy. This was evil. Let's pray for them. No, he died because he had Riggins derangement syndrome.
I hope I get a chance.
And then double down on it. This we're at the bottom of the barrel.
Well, Riggins, I think it goes further than that. We are outside the barrel, way below sea level.
Absolutely. They're not putting holes in the barrel to take the test.
We're at the septic tank. We're at the sewer line. You know, this is the funkiest time in the last 50, 60, 70 years, Rick. But see, my position on that is what he's doing is showing exactly who we've always been. We've just been decoyed.
But let me tell you something else. He's bracing himself for what's about to come out. You see the report he put out about the Epstein report? He was talking about this happened a long time ago, then they leave it alone, and finally then he says a 14-year-old girl is old enough to make her own decision because he knows that it's going to come out. He was messing with these 13-year-old girls, but he put more age to it and said 14 and said she can make her own decision. He knows it's coming out. Trump knows it's going to come out to what he did.
Let me just kind of share something with y'all. I'm gonna be brief because I'm gonna play this for 1 minute, just 1 minute. Y'all. This is what we're dealing with in these times, but we won't give women a chance. But they want us to just accept this and move on.
Are qualified. And in the spirit of affirmative action, we have Ramon and Cadillac are your two pilots. They've never flown before, but they are black. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know you do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously.
The war on white people continues.
You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously.
We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles.
LeBron James is a self-interested, narcissistic, and we know he's not very smart.
You're representing your nation. You're selfish sociopath.
Not very bright, not wise, not somebody of good character.
She is a shame to the country.
Blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today. Data shows they were actually better in the 1940s.
Let's get loud for Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm also going to offer some context and some nuance about the death of George Floyd that no one dares to say out loud, which is that this guy was a scumbag.
Remember what BLM stands for: burn, loot, and murder.
Now, does that mean it deserves to die?
Let me just stop it right there. I could go on, but that's your representative in the White House. Go ahead.
When you're inbred and barbaric, that's what you expect.
And the chickens came home to roost. And the chickens came home to roost. And the one who did it was one of his own kind. Let the church say amen.
Amen. I'm going to say amen if don't nobody else say amen, because I just needed to remind us of the times that we're living in. We just celebrate. They just gave this guy a memorial on national TV. They told us that we couldn't even talk about it. They took Jimmy Kimmel off the air. But yet we live in a society where we won't give a woman a chance to run for office. We make it so hard for a person to go into office, but you have to be reminded. You have to be reminded by his own words. And that's not all of it. I could play it, but I'm not going to play it in its entirety because we don't have that kind of time. And I don't want to devote that kind of time. But I want to let you know, after all of what we've been talking about tonight, we still ended up back talking about somebody that's in the president of the United States. That's just like that man that you just seen that video on. I'm going to hand it to Byron Glass. We're going to get out of here. But I want to give it to Byron Glass. But I don't want y'all to ever forget that. I'm going to play it. I'm putting it up again. That's one of our highest rated videos out there in his own words. I'm going to give it to Byron. Byron, give it to the pastor. Pastor, put your words in. And
again,
prayer.
Again. When you're inbred and you're barbaric, you expect that. I'm done.
No, you're not done because you got to say that one more thing that everybody needs to hear before Pastor get on, and you give me your deuces sign.
It's less than 12 months before the most important election of this particular century, 21st century. Ron Riggins, if we don't get out and do what we know we need to do, and when the chickens come on the roost, if it's not in our favor, it is over with based on what you have been accustomed to for the last 60, 70, 80 years. It's over with.
I agree with you. Come on, Pastor.
My friends, early in the show, Ron quoted the songs from Living Just Enough for the City. And in that whole context, I even talked about when a man reached New York, how the city swallowed him up. Jasmine Crockett will not be swallowed up by this nation. And we cannot allow us to be swallowed up by this nation. The vile, vitriol, racist, demagoguing, hatred, narcissistic behavior from the White House through MAGA and every other person that's doing this stuff right now has to be stopped. But it takes someone who has courage to stop it. And if Jasmine Crockett has the courage to run to try to stop it, our responsibility is to have courage to get behind her.
100% agree.
With that being said, we all have a part to play. Barron says if we don't vote and if we don't win the midterm elections, it's over. I say we got our feet on the gas, put the pedal to the metal, and don't let up.
Don't let up.
Don't let up.
Don't let up.
We thank God for our country. If we have a country, at least we can be involved. We're not in the country, we can't be involved. But the sad part about it, who wants to get involved? Who will get involved? Barron keeps saying that we as African Americans, we as people who are brown people, darker brown people, we underclass, the middle class and lower class, really get out there, it can happen. But if we don't get out there, it won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's our responsibility over the next year to push everyone to get involved and get out there.
And Riggins.
Yes, sir.
And no matter how much doubt is out there, Ron Riggins and Glass is going to do their part to always enlighten and inform you as to why you should go out and pull the lever for the candidate of your choice.
Yes, indeed.
You know, Pastor, before you pray, I just want to say, before you go into your prayer, I just want to say this. Next weekend, it's Christmas weekend. It's the 23rd. And I know Pastor is traveling to his hometown. He'll be out. He may even be there already. And I know Byron Glass has things to participate with their families. So I just want to say next week until the 30th, we're going to take a break at this. And we're going to come back even stronger on the 30th. We may not even do it on the 30th. We might see y'all after New Year's. So I want to make sure that I tell everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I want you to think about everything that's going on over these holidays. And we want to be able to let you resonate. If you want to go back and see us, go back through the archives and look at it. Because we're making sacrifices here, and everybody doesn't make this sacrifice. Most people have these things running across the top and bottom of their screens asking you to donate money. I haven't even asked you to subscribe. The only thing that I ask you to do is go out and do your own research. That's the only thing all three of us ask you to do. Listen and go out and do your own research. Listen and go out and do your own research. See, because that last video that we just played, that person should have never got the audience that they got. So, Pastor, I'm gonna give it to you. Please close us out with your very special prayer.
Yes. First of all, before I close out, on this Sunday at United Covenant Hope Church of God on 6555 Mesa Drive, we have our annual Christmas toy drive along with Harvey's Angels. We've done this for the third year we're doing it, where we're giving out toys, bicycles, sports gear, all type of goods, having face painting, sculpture making, and everything for the kids, just for those who in the community need help. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., along with a Christmas worship experience and a Christmas play production that we have that Ron Spikes helping to produce the audio part of it for our youth. And so I want y'all to come out to that. I lost Baron.
Yeah, his connection probably went out. I didn't see if he gave the deuces sign, but go ahead, Pastor.
We're gonna pray. As we pray, I want to wish you a happy holidays. Remember, the real reason for the season is that Christ came into the world to bring peace on earth and goodwill to all men. Right now in our country, we might not have a lot of peace. There's a whole lot of bad will going on, but God can change it and turn it around. And that's why we're happy that He has given us this platform to impact our community, our city, and our world. And Father, we thank you for that. We thank you for your Son that was brought into this world to give us life and hope and peace and joy. And we leave this platform without your presence. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. I want to say thank God. And we would really want to see y'all back here on January the 6th. I think that's the first week after then. And everybody should be recovering. We want to give y'all a break. But let me tell you something. Jasmine Crockett is out there running. Dr. Shirley McKellar is out there running. They're in the same fight in the same state. There's other elections out there. If you just don't pay attention to those election cycles, because when we come back on the 6th, I want us to be in the 2026. We've been going at this for a while. I want us to be prepared to go into 26 until the midterm elections. As Pastor said, we're going to put the pedal on the gas and mash on it. We're going to stomp on it. We ain't going to even step on the clutch. We're going to burn that clutch up. We're going to continue to going down that road. And don't forget to go out and support Pastor Riggins. Pastor Riggins is always out there. I think Pastor, you're going to do your Bible study still through the holidays?
Bible study will be going on tomorrow night on the continue the book of Ecclesiastes. But like you said, on the 24th, we'll probably be we're going to be on a suspension. And on the 31st, we'll be on a suspension because of the holidays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just happened to look at the calendar, and I just want to make sure that I told you and Byron Glass, Merry Christmas to all our listeners. Sean, Mary, D, everybody that's out there that comments on the air and follows, I want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope we can get you back involved and make you feel like you're a part of something, because I'm telling you, we're moving forward. We can't let people like Charlie Kirk take us down and move us out of our position. And it's only me and Pastor Riggins. As you see, Pastor Riggins has his background set up. We demand. I got Jasmine Crockett set up behind me, and I'm gonna continue doing what we do. And I just look forward to. We just need to. Hey, Mary, I see you. And the same back at you. Ditto. I'm going to say ditto. So, Pastor, thank you. I enjoyed you. I like that blue suit.
Yeah, a little something.
I like
I
like that blue suit. So when he comes back, he's going to have on the green one, y'all. He's going to have on the green one because it's money time then. You know.
Oh, man, what you talking about? I don't wear a whole lot of green.
I hear you. You can't wear green on this. If I wore green, all of this would be white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're getting out of here, Pastor. Thank you. I'm ending it right now.